Hello Leo, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your October 2022 mid-monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what I'm seeing for you right now, the channel message I got was break it down, breaking it all the way down. Break it down to its very, very core essence of what is going on. So you could have a project right here. You could be an artist, right? Let's just use art for an example. And you have this painting, and it's beautiful. And everyone's like, well, what does it mean? And you're like, well, this is what it means. This is the root source of it. And then when someone says, well, how did you do it? You're saying, well, I did X, Y, and Z first. I got the canvas. I, put whatever it is, like the foundation. I don't know what it's called, the primer down. And then you tell them every single stroke that you use and every single color and everything that you blended it with and how you did it and what your thought process was. You're breaking it down to the simplest forms, because here's the problem with that. A lot of people don't like to break things down for people because they think, well, what if someone steals my idea? Here's the thing though. No one can really steal your idea if they don't have the talent to replicate it. Now, there are people out there who could replicate what you're doing, but the thing is that you already did it first. You already have something that's established for yourself. At the end of the day, all they could do is copy what you did. And remember, imitation is the highest form of flattery. Now, that's the thing that Leos don't like, is imitation, because Leos want to be perceived as people who are different. Now, what's important to understand about that, though, is that if you do something really good and you think that the rest of the world is kind of garbage, why wouldn't you want people to emulate your own image of what you think is really good? In order to be surrounded by beauty, in order to be surrounded by good things, other people have to know what you like, because generally speaking, what Leos like, other people follow. All right? Leos tend to be trendsetters within the fashion industry. Leos tend to be trendsetters within X, Y, and Z within life. Following trends, creating things, doing things, breaking it down for people so they understand the root concept of something is very beneficial, especially if you have become bored with the universe and in the world in general. All right? Sometimes sharing your secrets is okay because, like, a majority of people can't follow it. And the people who can follow it, well, you know who they are now. You know that they're imitating you. You know that it's kind of like flattery at the end of the day. And who knows, they might create something that gauges your attention. All right? So what's going on for Leo right here? So breaking it down to the core essence for people to understand. You have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a structured organization. The structured organization goes all the way up to the top of the Pope, to all the way down to the people who worship at, the cathedrals. The church cannot function, an organization cannot function, things of this nature cannot function without the head and the janitor, all right? That's what's important to understand. Within any structured organization, it goes from the top all the way down to the bottom, and from the bottom all the way to the top. That is how the pyramids were built, right? Started with the foundation, went up to the top. They didn't just, try to make this piece float in the center of the sky. So breaking it down to the center, and here's the thing. Working within an organization right here, working with, government, military, law, whatever, they all have structures, they all have orders, and knowing how they function can greatly benefit you, and teaching this to people who might be younger than you can greatly benefit them. Maybe you are someone who's at the top of something, maybe you're someone who's well known, who's recognized, whatever. Teaching other people how to work within the Hierophant organization, especially when you're quitting and you don't care, can be greatly beneficial to help people who have this true ambition to move forward. So let's see, what's going on with this Hierophant energy? Teaching people the ropes right here, teaching people, the ins and outs of something, what to do and what not to do. Why shouldn't you do it? A lot of people will say, you can't do that, and they'll move on with their lives, but then people say, well, why can't I do that? What's the negative repercussion of doing that? That's what people are oftentimes scared to talk about. It's like, well, just fuck around and find out. It's like, why would you want other people to mess around and find out with that? Why wouldn't you just tell them what the problem is? Why would you want people to find out for themselves? And that's kind of how I am as an individual, especially when it comes to magic and the occult. I want people to be safe with whatever they're doing. And I want to tell people the repercussions, because ultimately, saving people from negative repercussions is very, very beneficial in the grand scheme of things, okay? So what's going on with this Hierophant energy? What do we need to know? You have the World, the completion. Oh, it's in reverse. Sorry. The World, something is completed, but not quite. You want something to be completed, but it's not fully there. Why isn't it fully there? We have the Four of Wands upright, celebration, and you have the Three of Pentacles representing work. Something is not completed because there's still work to be done, but you're still celebrating this work even though it's not fully complete. You're still crafting something to create this world right here, to create benefits for this world, but you're celebrating. Maybe you've created something right here that, stands the test of time, but it's not fully done, but you really don't care. You're done with whatever you're putting into this. So what is this world energy? What do we need to know? You're moving on to something else. You know that there's still work that could be done. You know that there is something else that could be added to whatever this is, but I kind of feel like you're done with the situation. It's as good as you want it to be. And if it's as good as you want it to be, well, fuck it. That's the situation for you. So what is this world energy? What do we need to know? We have the King of Wands and we have the High Priestess. Yeah, you're saying to yourself, you know that it's not complete. But to you, that's all that matters, is that it is done to at least a decent level of perfection right here. It reaches to where it needs to be with the Hierophant energy representing 5. Leo is also number 5 on the zodiac wheel. As long as it's connected to God, as long as it's connected to the higher power, as long as it hits the basic concepts of what it needs to hit, you're done with the situation. What is this Four of Wands? The Three of Swords and the Hierophant. There's upset within this Hierophant organization. I want to know why. It could be that you're choosing not to continue to work on the situation anymore. Like you've built the one pillar. It's kind of like they hired you to build one pillar. You built the pillar. Everyone says, wow, that's a beautiful pillar. I love what you did with it, Leo. How did you do it? And you break it down on how to build that pillar, and then you leave. And then they're like, well, no, come back. We want you to build more pillars. It's like, no, I told you how to do it. Now do it yourself. That's the situation right there. The Three of Wands, the Four of Wands. Yeah, they want to celebrate with you, but you are completely done with the situation. They feel like something is not complete with you, but you are complete with them. You've done your time, you've done what you need to do, and it's over. You don't want to be involved in whatever this thing is. You've broken it down to the very core essence of how something is done. King of Swords, Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Now, you have the intelligence to move forward, but moving forward kind of feels like an impoverished situation. You're starting something new, it seems like, but it leads you into a kind of like an impoverished state. So you have this mentality to start a new opportunity, but it starts out at the basic of the Five of Pentacles. Or maybe that's how you left them with something. You left them with the information on how to do it, but they have to start at square one. They have to turn to the church. They have to turn to this organization because the Five of Pentacles is the start of Taurus energy. So 5, 6, and 7 of Pentacles is Taurus. Remember, Taurus is represented as number 5, the Hierophant. Leo is the 5th of the zodiac sign. So Leo and Taurus kind of work together because Leo can also be kind of representation of Apollo or God itself. The concept of light, energy, the sunlight. People did a lot of sun worship. What's Leo ruled by? The sun. So what is the Hierophant? Any type of organization that's connected to the sun. Think about any fraternal organization. They always talk about, light, peace, love, light, the Illuminati. Everything has the word illumination or light connected to it. Any type of organization underneath the Hierophant structure has something connected with light, right? So I feel like now they have to do it themselves. Let's look at this King of Swords energy. Let's look at this Five of Pentacles energy. Whose energy is this? It could be you, it could be someone else. Let's clarify the Hierophant first. So I have the Seven of Pentacles, or not the Seven of Pentacles, sorry, the Seven of Cups. So fantasy and fulfillment. So there are 6 illusions and one of them is real. So there is an illusion right here of this Hierophant, but one of them is real. Seven of Swords, the Six of Wands. The illusion is that someone is going to steal your work, but you're still victorious regardless. Your fantasy, your work, your whatever this is. Oh, I know what it is now. I know what this is. Okay. When you work for a company, the crows were just cawing outside. When you work for a company, right, and you do something for that company, the company owns that work. All right. So if you're employed to a major organization, you know, there are designers who work for Louis Vuitton, whatever, Versace, whatever. That artist's work is generally owned by that company. Okay, now they might receive royalties, whatever, but for reasons, they have that company's name branded onto it, right? You've broken something down for them. You've broken down the illusion. They want to take it from you. I kind of feel like people out there are wanting your secrets for themselves. And I feel like you know that. Ultimately, you know that people are stealing your secrets from you. But ultimately, they're not secrets. And what you have to remember right here is that there is one critical piece of information that is missing from how you built something that you left out because it's yours. And the key piece is that it's you. It's kind of like Picasso. Someone could paint a picture of Picasso's paintings, but it wasn't done by Picasso. That's the thing, is that they could break it down and they could have someone copy your work, but it's not you because you've already built yourself up. You're already established in whatever you're doing. People know you. Maybe you might not think people know you, but people know you. People know your work. People know when you've done something because maybe you put something, your signature on something. Maybe people copy your stuff, but because your signature is on your work, it's not yours. It's not theirs. It's yours. You have a special thing that you do. Could be your signature. It could be the way that you implement something in the background of whatever it is. Someone could flat out, bold-faced, take a copy of your stuff, right? Like, say you have your original artwork right here and they have a blank canvas and they copy it. Something about the work is fundamentally missing. With the Five of Pentacles, with the Three of Swords. It's something very small in detail because the world can almost be complete, but it's not complete. It's something that has to do with you. What's that? The Ace of Cups. It's that it was you who did it. It's your own signature mark. It's your own signature key point to something. It's your own ace that you have. Maybe that's what you need to find out this time. What is your signature ace up your sleeve? Because here's the thing. Someone could take your work. This is the thing. Someone could take your work, steal it, and sell it to someone else, right? But if they did that, and you were to come out with your work and say, oh, well, someone says, oh, well, I did it first, you could instantly pinpoint exactly what you meant to say within that. There's something that's twisted. There's something that's there's a sequence that no one else knows but you. That's how you undo other people. Because there is a specific sequence. There's a specific pattern that you've put in because it is yours. So even if these people were to take it, they know that they couldn't really have victory. It'd be a small victory at that. Even if they knew your secrets, the way that you twist it, the way that you've manipulated it, the way that you've done it has your own mark, your own sigil, your own thing on it. The way that you've done something is your own King of Swords energy. Eight of Swords, yeah. Wrapped up within your mind right here. Wrapped up within the information. There is you wrapped up in information. It doesn't have the other person's signature, the soul, the breath of life in it, okay? It's kind of like looking at a picture in real life versus looking at a picture online. You see the soul behind the picture in real life. You see the paint. You see the degrading of the canvas. You see life there. But there is no life in whatever this is. And they know that. The Chariot. Victory. There's a special thing about you, Leo. You have an ace. You have the ace of emotional intelligence, of emotional manipulation. That's the thing about Leos, is Leos are pretty charismatic people. So maybe you're able to, in a way, be like this sexually, emotionally seductive. Maybe you sit on a negative polarity with the High Priestess, because the King of Wands is a masculine card, but it is coming out first. And then the way that the High Priestess pillar is sitting is it's sitting on the negative polarity. And we have to look at the way that the cards are faced. So he's turned this way, meaning that he is faced to the negative polarity of something. So he's a masculine card sitting on the negative feminine polarity. The Queen of Cups, or the Ace of Cups, represents the female genitals. So double representation of sitting on the feminine polarity of something. The Hermit, illumination of that. They can't replicate it, because unless it's done by someone who is this energy sitting on the feminine polarity of something with this hyper-dominant masculine fire energy, it can't be blended properly. Because you could be like a Leo with a highly placed moon in water, or a Leo with a highly placed something in water. You could be just a female Leo, have that hyper-dominant masculine energy, but then have a more seductive Venus sign. Like there's something about it has water attached to it, or it has this muddiness to it. Okay? This murkiness, something that's not completely seen. It's sitting in like the moonlight negative polarity. You have the card coming out of the Hermit, Master Masonry. We have the concept of the occult right here, a witch, a ghost. That's what's being illuminated, is the feminine sequence. Once again, the Chariot coming out, the sign of Cancer. Double clarification of Cancer with the Two of Cups. The Five of Swords. People have a very that's the problem right there. You take a very feminine, methodical approach to something, regardless of if you are male or female. If you're a female, you're taking the feminine approach with this masculine energy. But if you're male, you're taking the masculine energy with the feminine approach of something. It's a blend. The masculine and feminine are coming together underneath the staff of the Sadducees right here, because remember, Hecate and Hermes both sat on the negative polarity. Hermes and Hecate were consorts with one another. She was the Greek goddess of witchcraft, the occult, and necromancy, and Hermes was a psychopomp like the Grim Reaper. He aided people in souls, but they still carried the staff of the Sadducees. The two snakes going up, the Kundalini energy. People don't understand that. That's the problem. There is no duality within whatever they're doing. That's why they can't match it. That's why they need you to continue to create this Three of Pentacles for them, to create these arches and these pillars, because even if you told them how it was done, it does not bear your mark. Two of Swords, yeah, it's not there. They can't see it. Other people can't see it. They could say, wow, that's a great copy of something, but it's not. It's like people who, in the Roman times and in the Greek times, how they were able to sculpt something like a veil over someone's face. And they did it with stone or marble, right? But they could see the face through the veil, and it looked like this silky, it looked like it was soft, but it was hard stone. That's something right there. There's that detail of that flowy feminine energy with that hard marble rock. That is what people cannot emulate except you. That's where your mark is. The Star. Because you know how to connect the things together. You know how to connect between both sides of whatever you're trying to do right here. So, I kind of feel like, in a way, people are saying, ha, stupid Leo giving away your secrets. It's like, but, like, you're not me, so you can't. Like, it is what it is. Unless you have the Leo energy, unless you are a Leo stalking another Leo, but even then, Leos are all different from one another. It's like, now granted, listen to me. If you have a great idea and you're doing a freelance, like writing a book, obviously keep that a secret. Obviously, whatever. However, if you've already done something and you've already got the stuff behind it, you already wrote the book, you already did everything, just tell people how you did it. Because even if they try to emulate it, it's still missing key pieces, key facts. Something that you may have left out. a secret that you may have left out. Or it could just be the fact that you wrote the original thing and then other people are copying it and they're just imitations of what you've already done. I mean, that's it. Yeah, they might be able to make more money off of it, but you still have the notoriety. And I think that's what you care more about, is maybe you want your name set in stone. Maybe you want to be recognized. Maybe you don't even care about the money. That could be that right there with this King of Swords, Two of Wands, and this Five of Pentacles. Is I don't even think you really give a shit about the money. I think you care more about the recognition. The fact that you thought of it first. The fact that you get recognized for having, the copyrights behind it, having, the secrets behind it, but you did it first. Other people could do it better, but that's the thing, is it's still a copy of what you've already done. You created the groundwork for something. The Knight of Swords, the Moon. You're telling people the secrets of the occult. You're telling people the secrets of how you did something, of the mystery behind of how you work. Ten of Swords. I don't understand the Ten of Swords with this. It means emotional defeat, or defeat right here. You feel defeated within something. Why? The Ten of Pentacles. Maybe it's the feeling that you defeated the Ten of Pentacles by revealing your work because you can't do it anymore. Okay, that's what this is. You tell people how it's done, other people are able to capitalize off of it better. But you get the recognition that you did it first, but you don't make that much money off of it. But you have the secrets to do it again if you wanted to. That's the key point. That's the key thing right there. Is that if you did it again, you could do it better than them. Now, you might not be the first to make $1 million off of it. Someone else could take the idea and make $1 million, but you still get recognized for it first. I don't know how that works. However, the mental death of the money. Maybe you have to have a mental death of money. The Emperor, the Fool, the Ten of Wands. It's almost like you have to have a mental death of money. In order for this to be good, I think the Emperor wants the Fool to continue to work, but not pay the Fool, or something like that. It's like they want the golden goose. They want to kill the goose to get the golden egg instead of taking care of the golden goose. But here's the thing. The Emperor wants the Fool's secrets. The Fool blindly gives out his secrets because he is the golden goose. I think you've come to the point within your life that you could get recognized for something, but someone is always going to try to capitalize off of your work more. So what you've done is you've decided to be like this starving artist with the Fool energy, or maybe that's what you're choosing to do. Maybe you're choosing to do freelance work. Maybe you're choosing to show people, because here's the thing, artists don't get famous until like after they die most of the times. Like, let's be real. Like, there's very few times that they do get famous, and if they do, it's generally when they're really old or they're sleeping with someone. Like, the Leos are probably not going to do that. I feel like the Emperor recognizes the Fool's hard work and the ingenuity of the Fool and understands, but here's the thing, maybe the Emperor thinks that you're a fool to walk away from money. Maybe because he's so wrapped up within the money. There's something about you that's different here. It's not about the money, that's what it is. It's not about the money, it's about the recognition. Yeah, the Strength card. It's about creating something that's solid and sturdy. You don't care. That's the ultimate thing, is that you don't fucking care. If someone takes the concept after you tell them how to do it and then do it better. Because you've left your mark on the world. That's what this is. As you've left your mark on the world, you might even be ready to like just be done with the world in general. Like you might be ready to just walk off the cliff like the fool. Like as long as you leave your mark on the world, as long as you left the world a better place, who can really fault anyone? Like that's the whole point. That is the whole point of us as humans. We leave our mark on the world. Some of us leave really bad marks and some of us leave really good marks like refrigerators and air conditioning or, cell phones and Apple or whatever, right? Some people leave really good marks and they'll be studied within history books, whether it's good or evil. I feel like you want to be left within the history books as studied for someone who is really good. Your concepts are there. People can study your concepts. It was never about the money for you. You left your mark on the world and you're done with it. You left your mark and you're fucking done with the world. You're like the fool. Other people are like, but your money, your 10 of Pentacles, they're going to die. But it was never about the money. It was about recognition. 10 of Cups. But you do that. You leave your mark because you don't care about the financial advantage of whatever this is. You could be an artist who just likes to do art because you like to do art. And you teach people. You could be someone who knows a lot about something, you just teach people. But you have something that you've done for yourself. You have a book, you have a paper, you have something tangible. You have a physical thing because you've created something with this 3 of Pentacles. And you've etched your mark into it. And it's protected. That's what you have to understand is that whatever you've done is protected. Okay? Now, other people are going to want you to work and create more of what you've done, but you've done your one arch. You've done the one arch for the history books of that particular time period. You'll go down in history for it. You're done with it. Whatever it is. Other people in the Hierophant are like, no, create more. Give us more secrets. We want to take more from you. We want to have more ideas. But you're done with it. You've done what you've had to do. I kind of feel like this is for a Leo who's completed their life mission on Earth. Not saying that you're going to die, but you can walk away from it saying, I've done it. It's kind of like if someone creates something really, it's like the story of Noah. We talked about this a long time. Not Noah, not Moses, Jonah. Did what he had to do and he walked away from the situation. Now, he was bitter about it, but I feel like you're not being bitter about it. You put in the hard work. You left something, you left this pillar, you're walking away, and other people are like, but don't you want your money? Now we're going to take everything from you because you left it here. But here's the thing, your name's already on it. And everyone will know that whatever other people built off of it will be a cheap copy. I think that's the mocking manner of the Fool energy for you, Leo. Page of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Because whatever they create, it's a small, minor version of whatever you did. Or whatever you're doing. Maybe you're someone who wants to build a business. Or maybe you're a movie producer out there who wants to create one really good movie. Maybe you're someone who's creating like the next Titanic or the next Matrix or the next, Schindler's List or whatever. And you're going to create one final movie. And it's going to have all these things inside of it. And once you're done, people are going to be like, well, where's the part 2 to this? Where's the part 3? You're like, there is no part 2. There is no part 3. It's that. But you left so much stuff unfulfilled. You left so much stuff left open, but you didn't. Because it's yours. Now, other people are going to take this concept and try to fill in the plot lines, fill in the loopholes, but I think it's already done. But only you know that it's done. Or maybe you even know that you're missing something critical. It's something like that. So now other people are doing it, but you've already left the industry. You've already left whatever you're doing. You're already happy because you got the notoriety for it. People recognize you. And that's sometimes all you need is the recognition. Maybe you just need to go and do something else with your life now. For example, You can make a really good reputation in like one division of something and then say, well, I've done my work, I've done something really cool, and now I want to go and do something else. But you still remember and you still have the respect of all of these people over here who will vouch for you if you go over here. That's the point of this. That's what you're doing, is you need the recognition of something, not because you want to continue to do it, but because you need the vouching of other people saying that you did it and they trust you. I feel like that's what you're doing right here, Leo, is that you don't really care about this particular thing because there's another goal behind it. The King of Cups, there's something else that you're trying to do. There's another reason behind this thing. It's a means to an end. I always talk about that concept, a means to an end. You're doing this one thing because it gets you vouchers for whatever the next step is within your life. It gets you sponsors. It gets you well known within this society, and they will vouch for you when you go over here. Saying, it's kind of like letters of recommendation. You're done with this. Some people are going to be like, ha, stupid Leo, you left us with all your secrets. And you're like, bye. Because you still got the letters of recommendation from the people who matter. Not from the lower people who matter. Those people are going to fight and tear and rip apart everything that you built to try to make something for themselves. But the people who matter, you got the recognition from. The end. With the King of Cups energy, you feel the emotional fulfillment by having the Emperor look at the Fool. That's what this is. The Emperor is looking at the Fool walking away. The Emperor knows, because they're all major arcanas, all the major arcanas are cognizant of one, not cognizant, know one another, okay? Think of it like the story. They all know one another, they all know each other's functions, they all know that they don't trump one another, except the Fool trumps everyone. The Fool trumps the major and the minor. It's the beginning and the end of the tarot sequence, right? The Emperor is watching the Fool walk away. The Emperor wants the Fool to stay. Other people are like, oh, we want to take everything that the Fool has. But the Emperor is like, it'll never be the Fool energy. It'll never be this. And you're walking away. You're done with it. But you still have the vouchers from the Emperor. You still have the King of Cups where he feels emotionally drawn to you, because the King of Cups is an emotional person. The Emperor is not. Now, the Emperor is Aries energy. This is Scorpio energy. Aries and Scorpio co-rule the tower. Remember, breaking things down. You got the emotional recognition of who you needed to get it from. And I think that's what you need to be happy with, and that's what you need to walk away from. Is that whatever you're doing right here, this hard work, whenever you break it down, whenever you tell people, whatever, people might want to steal it, this person knows. And this person is okay with that. And this person is the vouch for the Fool. Travel, passion. You're traveling and fulfilling other things within your life. You did a passion, and now you're moving on to a new passion. And the new passion, you don't know yet. It's the Fool. He doesn't know what he's going to do. Stumble along on the way. Is he going to be a pilot? Is he going to be a doctor? Who knows? But even if he becomes a pilot or a doctor, he'll only do that until he's bored. Until he's left his mark. It'll be like, think of like if you could have an unlimited lifespan. That's what the Fool is. The Fool is wandering around on this world. And he's just waiting for opportunities to happen. An opportunity knocks, and he says, oh, I'll follow that. And they're like, you have the opportunity to go to college and be a doctor. And he's like, okay, so I'm going to be the best doctor that there is. So he goes there, goes through all the schooling to be a doctor, and he becomes the best doctor because he cured this one disease, this one great disease, right? Now, other people are going to try to capitalize it off the drug companies, right? And they're like, no, Fool, stay. He's like, no, I got to go do other things. So he leaves. But all the people who matter, all the scientists, all the head people in charge, the world leaders are looking at the Fool. That was their doctor. Now the Fool is going off to do something else. The Fool is saying, I want to be a scuba diver. Goes to school to be a scuba diver. Discovers the lost city of Atlantis, somehow. And everyone's looking at the Fool like, oh my gosh, don't you care, don't you care? You discovered the lost city of Atlantis. He's like, no, I'm going to go do something else. Doesn't matter to him. Doesn't care about all that. He got the recognition for discovering it. He's going to go and do something else. But anyone who matters, vouch for that Fool. That's what's going on right here. You have community B. You have awareness, Ren. Within your community, people are very aware of you, okay? The Hierophant organization, remember what I said about the Hierophant organization, it's a structured organization, it's a community. This is very symbolic to Masonism, the beehive. It's one of the symbols of Freemasonry. And remember, the Freemasonry Society is kind of like structured like the Hierophant. They're very aware. The community knows who the Fool is. The community knows your work. The community can pinpoint. And if other people come and say, look what I've done, it'll be like a child showing a macaroni painting to their parent. They'll be like, yeah, that's great. But then the Fool, did the Sistine Chapel. Let's just say that, for example. Like, that's kind of what the energy is. And, people can't hold on to the Fool. Fool's a wild card. It's the Joker. It's the Jester. You can't hold on to it. And people have to come to that realization that they can't hold on to it. So they might as well be happy when they have the Fool for a short period of time. Allow the Fool to build something up and break it down for them of how they did it and move on. Some people are not designed to stay within a company for years and years and years. And maybe that's you, Leo. Or maybe it is whatever this situation is. You have ancestors, love and legacy in our DNA, skull of light, illumination. You provide the illumination. I kind of feel like your ancestors are guiding you. Your ancestors, in a weird way, I feel, are providing you the foolish illumination. Because remember, the sun illuminates the Fool in the background. Once again, remember when I was talking about how people did sun worship? I don't know if it was this reading. I think it was. But you have the skull of light in the background, the skull of illumination, representing the legacy of our DNA. DNA being our ancestors who are most likely dead and deceased, right? So their skulls are in the ground. Their skulls are illuminating you with this sunlight energy. But I don't know what the point is. Let's look at your Awakened cards. We'll look at that in a second. Oh gosh, we're already 37 minutes in. Sorry. What's going on for Leo? We have unalone, friend, flare. You have a lot of people who want to be within your energy. You have a lot of people who know you. People are aware of you in your community. You're not alone, all right? People know what's going on. People are aware of who you are as an individual. I don't think you can go anywhere you want without people recognizing you at least one time. So let's look at your rune cards. What's going on with the rune cards? We have not his, need, self-restraint, disappointment, avoidance of greed, patience, and simplification. Because you're not wanting to do it for the money. You have the patience to do something. You're simplifying it for other people. You have needs too, and you have disappointments. Because here's the thing, if you're not making money off of it, obviously you're going to have needs. But here's the thing, the Fool takes his little bag and goes somewhere else. Maybe this is what you just needed for the time period, and you're doing something else now. Other people are calling you stupid. Oh, stay. Oh, do this, do that. You could make more of this, more of that. But it's almost like you're laughingly and happily walking away from whatever it is. Because you left your mark, you got what you needed out of it, other people know who you are, you got what you needed. Spiritual meaning asceticism, transcendence, and the soul. Nope. Okay, I'll take these two cards. We have Algus, protection, courage, help from others, and good decision making. Berkana, encourage ideas, aid creative endeavors, nurture a project, and help with family. Help with family from your ancestors. You're nurturing this project. You're aiding others in their creative ideas. You're encouraging their ideas. You're protected. You have the courage. Help from others, from the Emperor, and good decision making because you make good decisions. Because you're not as foolish as people believe. Because here's the thing. What people need to understand about the Fool, especially within this reading, is that he's not stupid. He obviously created the craft that everyone's looking at. It's like, wow, you are not foolish. You're not like a page like all these other people. You're young because the Fool is a combination of all four pages come together. So receiving all four blessings of the universe all at once, because remember the pages receive the aces. So I want to know why this is happening for you? Let's look at that. Let's look at why this is happening. Besides the fact you want to leave your mark, what's the main goal? Why are you being illuminated? What's going on? What's the even thought process about it? 8 of Knives. You're doing this to remove a mental block. You're only doing something to remove a mental block for yourself. To free yourself from something. I feel like you're doing something to free yourself from a mental block. To free yourself from mental imprisonment. If you do something, you can free yourself from something else. The Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Pentacles. You're trying to free yourself from the devil. Okay. It's kind of like when people are younger and they do a lot of bad shit. As they get older, they want to do a lot of good stuff to make up for the time that they lost. Let's think about it on a religious aspect, all right? So whenever someone does something good in religion, it's supposed to be like a jewel within their crown, right? A jewel within their crown. I feel like you're making up for a lost time, or maybe you're trying to get the jewels in your crown. Maybe maybe you feel like there is something better out there. Maybe you don't even care about karma. You don't care about your good karma. You don't care about anything. I feel like you have a more spiritual purpose. You're freeing yourself from the devil. You're freeing yourself from this world. The Fool knows something, and you're freeing yourself. And you feel that this is the way to free yourself, and it does, because it ends on the Fool, with the Emperor watching you walk away. The Emperor recognizes the Fool. The Fool knows who the Emperor is. The Emperor knows he cannot control the Fool. The Fool does not want to be controlled. But you're doing it to gain the experience to illuminate and to leave. And you're making your grand display, and then you are bowing out gracefully and walking away. And as other people are wanting to take your autographs and photos and whatever, you say you don't want any of that, and you just continue walking. And then everyone looks at the Emperor, everyone's looking at other people trying to, craft what you did, but the Emperor is watching you go off into the sunset. And that's the simple thing, is it's going off into the sunset. Whether you're dying, whether you freed yourself from a soul pact, soul contract, whatever it is, it's over once you do this. Or at least whatever you feel like you have to do. And you go and do something else. And that's it. So anyway, Leo, this is a long drawn out reading, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later.